take risk.
Okay.
Don't be too comfortable of taking risk.
Yeah.
And third thing, I would say time management.
So hello friends, this is a separate video from what I used to make. Today actually we are going to have a very deep conversation with one of my very dear friends, Mr. Apurva Patel. And he has been working in IT for almost 7+ years. He's a great programmer, like one of the best that I know of. So today we are going to go over his experiences, what drives him, what motivates him, and what is the advice he has for everyone who is starting up or everyone who wants to get into the IT game. So, Apurva, why don't you just introduce yourself to the viewers and tell me something about yourself?
First of all, thank you for having me over the chat. And all the viewers, my name is Apurva Patel, and I'm a software developer with close to 7 years of experience. Currently, I'm working at Solace, and before Solace, I used to work at Nokia. And as a matter of fact, like I started my career with Nokia as a intern student. Then after study, I joined as a full time, and I worked there for almost 7 years. And recently, this year, I joined Solace. So yes, I'm a software developer, mainly backend developer. So
Okay,
that's
yeah,
pretty much.
that's pretty great to know. And also one more thing, I just want to let you know, guys, that Apurva did not stay in the same team for almost 7 years at Nokia.
Yes.
He also did like internal switches. So
Yes.
yeah, that is also. So let me just start by asking that. Let's do first things first. What did you learn during like the first few months as a software developer, or what are the things that you challenges you faced?
So when I joined as a co-op student, the first thing that I learned is communication is a foremost thing when you start any kind of job. It's not like related to software, but any kind of job when you start, communication is foremost. So how effective you communicate among the team members, that way you can learn some great stuff. Then also the passion about learning is also the second thing. Like if you work just for money, that way you won't learn anything. So you need to have a passion. You need to like if I talk about software fields, there are so many technologies day by day that coming into market. So you need to keep a pace up with those technology as well. So you need to have those thing about learning. So those are the main thing I think everyone should join a software field should have.
Yeah, so probably like an effective communication, maybe the passion to learn, and also be open because
Be open.
things can change, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
anytime.
just a few things like what kind of tech stack do you have currently?
So I mostly worked on Java. So with Java, I did couple of a little bit of front end side as well, like in JavaScript, Angular, React. So on the DevOps side, I also get my hand dirty on Dockers, Kubernetes, AWS, Terraform. Uh, on the database side, like Oracle, on the non-SQL database, like MongoDB and other stuff. So
Oh, so that's a pretty broad array of technologies that you have worked upon, and mostly in backend, right? But you
yes,
you still have some front end experience as well.
yes, I do.
Yeah, so you are more like a full stack senior developer
Yes.
with like higher on the back end side, but still can do front end as well. So, quick question, like why in between, like when you start, first you started as a co-op at Nokia,
Right.
then you finished the remaining your remaining studies, and then you joined Nokia. So I guess after like 3 years, you decided to switch teams and go to a different team. So
Yes.
like any particular reason doing that or?
So the main reason is like when you get comfortable with any project they're working on, you won't learn that much. So when you switch the projects, that way you will expose to different things, right? So that is the main motive behind changing, switching internally as well as changing job to different industry as well. So that's the main thing. Second thing, like you will get different work environment, right, when you switch the team or switch the company, right? So though when you work with some senior or junior developers, right, they have so many things you can learn from them as well. So those are the main things I think
Okay, so
I
don't like
consider.
don't get too comfortable in any job you do. Like
Yeah.
yeah, keep updating yourself, keep
Yes.
reinventing yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like the next thing I want to know is that When did you decided to like move the company by itself? Like, because previously you mentioned you are at Nokia, currently you are at Solace. For those who don't know, Solace is like a
Yes.
publisher subscriber provider kind of a company, and they are pretty niche in their product. So joining a product based company is always good because they know how to build software, and if you are there, definitely you are learning a lot of things. So yeah, please go ahead.
So main thing, when I was planning to switch from Nokia to any other companies, I was thinking about like at Nokia, I was working on product. Those are like internal customer base. So now I wanted to work on any project that is real customer facing, right? So I can see from my eyes like how the customers uh, using product, like I wanted to see my work that are being used by real customers, right? So that's the first thing that I had in mind when I was planning to switch companies. Second thing, like when I join other companies, that way I can expose to different technologies, maybe different languages, right? So different infrastructure, like how does team works internally. So those are the also teamwork. So those are the other things I also considered during changing the job.
Okay, yeah. So I think working in a new environment, meeting a lot of different people, and you also mentioned a very important topic here, that customer engagement. Because
Yes.
most of the folks who work in IT, they might be always be on the shadows behind the curtains. They are doing a lot of important work, but when you actually engage with the client, it develops your soft skills as well.
Yes.
That
Yes.
how to communicate, how to understand their problems, effective listening.
Even you need to talk to customer directly when they face any kind of problem with your product, right? So that way you will directly engage with the customers, see their opinions, how to improve the product. So that also involved into like engagement.
Exactly, like opening up more perspectives, and yeah, I think that's pretty interesting that what you did there. Like because you have such wide experience, a lot of years, you must have trained a lot of people under you as well, right? I mean, though your title does not
Yes.
explicitly mention like a people manager or like a project manager or project lead, but still at
Yes.
times you must be with like interns or co-op. So how was
Yes.
that experience?
Yes. So mainly like when I was at Nokia, when I become a intermediate developer, right? So in our team, we used to hire 2 or 3 co-ops every term, right? So I had to train them, like motivate them to do good work and other stuff. Even at Solace, I'm currently mentoring one of Solace student,
Okay.
co-op student, right? So when I joined Nokia, I was a co-op student,
Okay.
right? And at that time, I had one senior. He was like, I think I can tell this right now. He is really mentor for me.
Okay.
Like he has a way to give me ideas or teach me how to learn something,
Okay.
right? So he wasn't telling me a solution directly, right?
Okay.
He was always pointing me something like, go look at these resources, go read about this, and try to implement.
Okay.
Don't worry about failure. Try to implement whatever the way you decide to choose. Just try to implement. So I'll always implement that. He review my work, and he always give me a positive feedback, right? This is where you can improve it. So I'm adopting same strategy
Okay.
for whatever my co-op student that I'm trying to mentor them, right? So also I tell them like do open communication.
Yeah.
So don't be shy of telling, okay, this is even a minor issue, right?
Yeah.
I can tell that. They feel shy about that, right?
Yeah.
But don't be shy about that. Like whatever it is, just speak up, and that way anyone's around you will help you.
Okay, so not sure if you missed that, but if you like understand between the lines what Apurva is trying to say, it's actually pretty important. As a new employee or as an intern student or as a new hire, it is your job to, even if you feel shy about something, don't be mindful and just keep on asking. And also, it is a wonderful on the part of you as a mentor as well, that you are actually driving them towards solution instead of providing the solution,
Yes.
because things that you can complete in like an hour, it might take them a day or two to complete it. If the focus is only on efficiency, you sometimes lack people and take their improvement scope away from them. So always that's I think that's a pretty good approach.
Yes.
And kudos to your
Thank you.
mentor as well. Maybe
Yes.
maybe I can speak with him sometimes.
Yeah.
So okay, after that, like just a quick question. So suppose you have learned a lot amongst these many years. If you were to start everything all over again, suppose that you are now again being hired as a new hire, and you still have the knowledge you have today. So what are the things you would do differently, and what would be your approach to that? So if you were to start everything all over again.
So I would definitely improve my communication first. And sometime at initial, when I initially as a software developer, I was being shy about telling like this problem, right? So I'll be open about that, and I won't feel like shy about talking about the problems, right? So there are the things, and I won't be too much comfortable
Okay.
at one product or company.
Okay.
So I'll try to switch as much as possible, so that way I can even that thing is even better for myself as well as the organization that I'm working for,
Yeah.
right? So gaining experience from different organizations, that will be helpful eventually.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, again, pretty good point that one thing, if you keep on switching or if you keep on joining new organization, the new organization you go to, actually you are bringing a fresh perspective, like
Yes.
thought out of the box, and you, because you have been around the block, so you know a lot of things.
Yes.
And also like pretty interesting to mention that yeah, you will, I feel your communication is pretty good, but yeah, you are planning to improve upon that. Yeah, I think that says that yeah, pretty down humble.
Everyone has one negative
Yeah.
quality,
No,
right?
it's good, man. Don't worry about it. Now, next thing I want to ask is that I think you pretty much covered that. But if you were to give like just 3 sentence advice to anyone starting up right now, what would be your advice?
Knowledge is the key.
Okay.
So grab knowledge as much as possible.
Okay.
Take risk.
Okay.
Don't be too comfortable of taking risk.
Yeah.
And third thing, I would say time management.
Okay. Oh, okay. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, don't be afraid to take risk. Don't be a wallflower. Don't be like just on the sidelines. Try to approach seniors and learn that, okay, hey, I know this is
Yes.
difficult product. Like, can I work on this one? And yeah, definitely you will learn a lot from that. Yeah, effective learning, and also like time management. So a lot of times people, because when you are in your job, you are working like 2 3 different or maybe 5 6 projects at a time. So don't get stuck in one project for a long
Yes.
time, because you are messing other people's work for different resources as well. So yeah, time
Yes.
management is the key. How, like, in your opinion, how important is education or like a school degree or diploma for a software industry?
So, like, after studying in Canada, I realized practical knowledge is must. Like, if you compare practical knowledge with theory, like whenever you work, when I started as a co-op student, I realized like whatever I did assignments and all the practical hands-on, that's really helpful in starting phase of my career.
Okay.
So that is the thing.
Okay, so school plays an important role, but you cannot completely rely on that. I think that's the
Yes,
takeaway
yes.
from this one. That yeah, you have to be at least proactive in learning, and because especially we are in such a fluid industry that every single day new things keep on coming in, and yeah, if you are not up to the par with
And
that,
I have seen some people, they don't have even computer degree, still they are working on computer field, right?
yes,
So
honestly,
because of their own like motivation,
yes.
they
So
do some hands-on.
exactly, like the thing is, we are in future going to have an interview with exactly that kind of a
Yes,
person. He's a mutual friend of ours, who was a
exactly.
mechanical engineer, and currently he works in IT, and he did it all by himself. So yeah,
Kudos to
yeah,
him.
exactly. I'll just show his picture so you will know what to expect. Okay. Next question is, if you were to like prioritize, I will give you like 4 items, and
Mhm.
you will put like what is more important, right?
Okay.
So first one is school degree. Second one is internship or co-op. Third one is like your personal projects, and fourth one is self-learning. So how do you prioritize them? So what should one focus on?
Okay. Can you repeat the four
Okay, so
choices again?
first one is
School degree.
school education. Second one is
Internship.
internship. Third one is personal projects, and fourth one is self learning, self study.
So first thing, personal projects,
Okay.
then self study,
Okay.
third co-op,
Okay.
and fourth, I would say like
Education. I mean, yeah, schooling
like
is you need to be in school to be eligible for internships.
that.
So
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's the era we are living in.
Okay. I mean, yeah, schools couldn't keep up with the pace that industry has been moving forward. So yeah, I think that makes clear sense. So yeah, don't ignore school. School is still important.
Yeah,
But
yeah, of course.
focus on everything else.
But my first choice, I selected personal project because
Yes.
like when you work on personal project, you might face so many challenges, right?
Yeah.
So you go online, you find so many, and don't worry about if you are copy pasting from Stack Overflow.
Exactly.
Everyone does that, right?
Yeah.
So that way you will self learn, right?
Yeah.
So you face the issue, you try to research on that, right?
Yeah.
You will find so many other resources from there.
Okay.
So that is the main key.
Exactly. I think, and when you are say copying from Stack Overflow, that's actually not copying, because if
Like,
someone
yeah.
else has already done like a good chunk of work, you are reusing it. So that is also like in a way you are actually being more efficient.
And
So,
don't just like copy paste, right?
I mean,
you
yeah, try
you
to
just
understand
try
first.
to understand
Exactly,
word by word,
exactly. Yeah,
line by
yeah,
line, I say.
yeah, exactly. Understand first, and yeah, like if you are stuck in like a really hard bug or a really hard issue or tight deadlines, like how do you cope up, how do you deal with that? Because you also have a family right now, so you have to balance between like your home, your work life balance, and also be important towards company, because since you are at the senior position, there is more expectation from you.
Yes. So as I go through uh, beginner to senior level, I
Yeah.
realize like time is the key, right? So whenever you come across any bug, is easy to fix.
Yeah.
But let's say you are working on new feature, right? So try to understand the requirement, divide them, try to solve the smaller part,
Okay.
and go bigger. Don't try to solve everything in one shot, right?
Okay.
Like divide them in smaller chunk, address those separately. And if you put too many times on one thing and it's not giving you any solution, then take some time apart.
Yeah.
And think about it, come back and then do again, right? So that way you can manage it.
Yeah, so like do start with the baby steps, but still keep the bigger picture in mind.
Yes.
And also like again, as you said before, like keep on doing your research, and all the knowledge you accumulate, it adds up when you get to that stage. So don't worry, feel like if you're even if you're like learning something, if you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like this is not going to be useful, it is going to be useful.
And one more thing, like when you let's say dividing task into smaller tasks, right?
Yeah.
And when you come up with some solution, just discuss with your senior or juniors, like,
Yeah.
okay, I came up with this solution, right?
Yeah.
What do you see, what are the flaws, and what are the pros on that?
Yeah.
Right? So discuss with them, you might get some more ideas, right? So put like 70% on thinking and 30% on
Yeah,
implementation.
exactly. So one very key point, if someone is missed, like when Apurva mentioned, he mentioned that talk to your seniors and juniors.
Yeah.
That shows that actually he has come up from the conditional biases, because he's also taking perspective of like folks who has not that much experience still into the consideration, because many a times like a fresher mind can
Exactly.
change different things, right? So yeah, and that is the key that differentiates like a good programmer from a great programmer. So yeah, now I know the secret. And like what are your like future aspirations? What do you do in like next 5 years? Because from last 5 years, the things you have done are pretty significant in terms of like personal growth and also professional growth. So where do you see yourself doing?
So I see like currently IT is growing bigger and bigger, and there are so many opportunities.
Yeah.
So I would like to see myself like opening an IT firm where I can hire or maybe work with some of the skilled professional as well as juniors. I'm not
Yeah, no
discriminating here.
discrimination.
Yeah. So work with both of them, and like in next 5 years, if that thing doesn't work out, then I'll try to also target multinational companies as well,
Okay.
like FAANG and FAANG will have or something
okay.
like that.
So pretty open, and also when you talk about opening your own organization, it's not like completely you are going to do that. Like you will
No.
still be connected with
Yes,
some
yes,
form,
yes,
right? Yeah. So okay. So trying to become an entrepreneur, maybe
yes,
generate some employment, run up the economy after
of
COVID. So
course.
yeah, a lot of interesting things. So what are like your favorite languages? What is your favorite tech stack, or what kind of tech stack do you work with? And maybe if you have to change or adopt or something that you want to learn, what would be that be?
So I haven't worked on Python. Like I
Okay.
worked, but not that much. But still, Python is my favorite.
Okay.
But I mainly worked on Java, but Python is my favorite, and I
Okay.
would like to learn more about Python.
Okay.
And right now, there are some DevOps technology that are coming in market, so
Okay.
I would like to learn those as well, like Terraform and like all the automation related stuff.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, pretty AI and machine learning.
Oh,
That
okay.
is like
The
yeah,
top
it
of
will be future.
top of the
Yes,
market right
yes,
now.
top of the.
The cream, yeah, the
So anyone planning to start a career, I would say go into AI and machine learning.
okay.
Start adopting that.
Yeah, oh no, definitely. I think that's a pretty great idea. Like some final words, some final piece. I know you have covered almost everything in breadth and also in depth about a lot of different areas on how people should improve. But like just few final words, like whatever you want to give back to the community.
So this is for everyone, like junior, senior, or intermediate, anyone. Like knowledge is the key. So try to improve yourself. Do self learning. Like just don't watch videos and learn. Watch videos as well as implement. So there are so many resources. Like I have seen your videos about data structure and algorithm, right?
Yeah.
So that's like by watching you won't learn. So you need
But
to
you need to,
implement
yeah,
it at the
you
same
need to
time.
get into it.
Yes.
Because even before I used to make, like I used to see a lot of videos, but still that wouldn't
Yes.
add to my knowledge unless I put. It's just like swimming. You can't read
Yes.
about
Yes.
swimming unless you go into waters.
And look about your daily life, like try to see anything that you can implement, right?
Okay.
And make a project on that. So by making a project yourself, you will learn so many things.
Okay, so like if you find a problem, try to see how can you solve it with technology or with any, like be efficient, be open towards all the possibilities, and yeah, maybe you'll
And if
learn
you can
something.
find anything, just clone anything, right?
Exactly,
Clone
yeah.
Instagram, clone Facebook,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
It's always gonna look good
Yeah.
for a profile. And also, I forgot to mention one thing. Like Apurva has a very good GitHub public repository where he routinely posts his like
Yes.
personal projects, some complicated projects that he has done, some smaller things he has done. So if anyone is interested, I'm going to post that link in the description so you can check it out there.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that's all of my questions. If you have anything, you can say.
No, one last thing. Like I
Yeah.
saw your video about journey to Microsoft.
Yeah.
It is really like motivating,
Yeah.
and I would like to tell all the viewers, please watch that video and like get the motivation from there.
Yeah, that's thank you for that. I think, yeah, that was like pretty. I was at the right place at the right time, and a lot of things happened the way it did. But yeah, yeah, definitely. And any next person you want me to interview, then
um,
from like our social circle, mutual friends, someone you might know who might be interesting to talk to?
like I talked about that mechanical guy,
The
right?
mechanical engineer guy, yeah,
Mechanical engineer
sure.
guy. So yeah, definitely, it's
Okay, we'll,
good idea to invite
yeah,
him
I think
over.
next we are going to invite him. And thank you so much, guys. Hope you learned from it, and let me know what you think. And again, this is Apurva Patel. He's like the Patelest of the Patels because he enjoys his life to the fullest, but still he's very good in the job he does. So yeah, thanks.
Thanks. Bye.